So I will be speaking about the future of our digital selves, but really my presentation today and my graduate thesis work is really all about life. Not necessarily in the sense that we're born, we live, and we die. I don't think that's the whole story. I think we're actually part of a cycle, that everything that came before us influences our lives, and ideally, our lives will continue to be more meaningful far into the future after we're gone. We all want to be remembered after we die, and this has been going on for a really long time. But this is a challenge, because after we die, we're easily forgotten, especially if we've been gone for a very long time. So how do we prevent this? Well, we live in a physical world. We have tangible objects, residual pieces of ourselves that are left behind when we fade away. This is how we're remembered. This is our tangible afterlife. And although we have been working with physical artifacts as legacy for hundreds and thousands of years, they don't actually function really well for this purpose. When you think about an object that you own, that value and that meaning is unique to the original owner. So when you try to pass that forward to somebody else, not all of that carries with it. You receive an object from somebody you know from the past, someone you knew in life, and it's important to you. You might understand some of that meaning. And what happens when you pass that on to subsequent generations? They may keep it. They know it's important. They know it's significant, but they can't really relate to it. It's not really relevant to their life. So now we're in a digital generation. Ever more, we're connecting on social media. We're aggregating content on digital archives at home, on the cloud. Traces of ourselves, our digital selves, also persist after we're gone. I think we have to consider the value of that, the longevity of this digital content. There are a lot of current systems and services and more all the time that try to address this, how we can continue to connect with people and have a digital legacy after we physically pass on. For example, there are services that work with algorithms that might auto-post on our behalf. There's a new one called Lives On that's based on our Twitter feed. You can also think about Facebook memorial pages. These are static archives that exist in a shared public social platform that was never intended for this function. How can we consider our lives long after we're gone? How can our digital archives be specific to relationships? So this is a framework originally by Evan Carroll about the stages of our digital afterlife, and I think this is a really good way to look at it. So when we first pass on, the digital assets have to be managed. And then after that period of bereavement and mourning is over, we can celebrate people who we knew in life. We can remember them. We can watch videos, look at digital photos, read emails that we share. But what happens when everybody who knew us in life, when they also pass away? What happens when we've been dead for a really long time? Do we become forgotten? Well, I don't think we have to. So part of my research, I really feel that these are 4 things that need to happen if we want to be unforgotten. And that includes connecting with people that we've never known in life. So going beyond family from the past and family in the future to connecting with people who are well known, even the general public. So that means connecting with people and relating to them in a way that's meaningful for their life. And connecting with people far into the future, long into the time squared. So how do we do this? Well, I really think there's a lot of opportunity around commonalities and shared moments in our lives that connect with people from the past. I think of these as kindred connections, moments when our lives kind of repeat over time. And if we're transcending time and generations here, that means that we are connecting, using kindred connections with people who were alive maybe 2 generations ago. So when we think about the afterlife, our physical and tangible afterlife, and now our new digital afterlife, what does that mean for our legacy? Well, I don't think it's so simple, and I don't think that we have to choose one or the other. I think that we should look at how we can leverage the best qualities of both. So I want to share with you now the result of my graduate thesis work, concept. This is a legacy application. This is based all around the idea of connecting with people from the past, with life events that you share with them, kindred connections. This also utilizes a tangible token. This is a connection key. You can use this token as your way to navigate your kindred connections, your shared life events with people who came before you. And I could stand here and I could continue to talk about, well, what is this and how does it work? How can we leverage the metadata that we already have from our digital media? Things like keyword tags, date stamps, timestamps, geolocation to provide context. But I think the best way to do that is to show you what it might look like. So now I want to share with you a video of a life event that I recently had, my graduation, and what that might look like to navigate kindred connections with people who also graduated in the past. So this is just a concept, and this wouldn't really be realized for, I think, a couple of generations in the future, because today we're actually, our generation, I think, is the beginning and the foundation for something like this. But I think we can think about how by allowing and utilizing our digital archive to connect with people from the past, we actually are setting ourselves up to be connected with in the future as well. And I really think through kindred connections and commonalities and shared life events, we can transcend time and generations. We have a new opportunity today that didn't exist with just our tangible artifacts and our tangible afterlife. I think we can leverage qualities of digital media to have an everlasting legacy that can have a lot of impact far into the future. And I think, fortunately, we're in control, and we get to decide today how we want to be remembered and how we will command our post-life digital selves, if that's even what we want to do. Thank you.